Welcome back to Black Butler Anime Review Special number 6. Number 6. This one I'm reviewing the 153rd chapter of the manga, Meeting. Now this chapter mostly is continuation of what happened with last chapter, plus it's partially continuation of that, but the rest of this chapter is simply put stuff took place before. I would say, I think it picks up like the events that happen at the end of chapter 149. Yep. Okay. First we have Mei Ling and I don't remember the Mei Ling and the other woman, but they're basically doing their chores at this particular manor. There's a clumsy thing about shoe polish, mentioned about the glasses. Like, she must be expensive. Of course, she mentions that her employer gave her glasses. Of course, last chapter, when she talked about her shoes, now her glasses. And then we flash back to kind of pretty much before the events of, pretty much picking up like not long after the events of chapter 149. Actually, 150. Yeah, picking up like right after 150. You have Sebastian and Ling, and of course, outfits. Basically, Chinese outfits. Basically discussing what they're going to do. Mentions about the society, basically stuff that's been going on since the start of this particular arc. Yeah, believe it or not, this arc has been going on since chapter 108. Yeah, 108. This arc is currently right now for this particular series the longest arc of the whole series at almost 50 chapters. Yes, and it's still not wrapped up yet. So basically, this arc was going on for like, if this was weekly, like this would probably be like over the course of like a few months, but since it's over 50 chapters, this arc has been going on for roughly for 4 years. Yep, like over almost 4 years now. Yeah, lots of exposition basically discussing what to do, like about various places they're going to go. Yeah, various stuff that's happened over the course of the arc, basically various hotels and going to various places. Yep, basically discussing their strategy. So basically, Mei Ren and Renro. Yeah, so these two go undercover as maids, basically setting up the events of the last chapter. Then we have Finny and Snake. Finny is the cook, who's got super strength, and Snake, of course, is the character who first showed up in the circus arc, who returned at the end of the Phantom Hive murders. We also have Bard and Mr. Lau. Yeah, basically, here's where the people go. Mei Ren and Ran Mao go to North Yorkshire to investigate Lord Baron Hathfield and his residence. Finny and Snake go to Norfolk and investigate the Children's Institute. Bard and Mr. Lau will go to Windshire and investigate the sanitarium for veterans. And of course, Sebastian explains that him and Cecile will go to the resort hotel and investigate the resort hotel in Bringington. Yeah, basically discussing like a lot of the stuff. Basically, it's also partially a recap. It says we can annihilate this organization of existence, and yeah, that's it. And they all agree, and they all go to separate things. So hopefully in the next chapter we get a chance to pick up. Like, we've already got a chance to see what Mei Ling and Minro are up to, thanks to, of course, last chapter. Hopefully next chapter either be focused on like what Sebastian and Cecile are up to, Finny and Snake, Lau and Bard. Basically one of the other groups. Yeah, not just the two women. Yep. And it's interesting though that Ren is half Chinese, so you can kind of believe her and Mei Ling are in fact siblings. Yeah, nothing unusual here. But this was a pretty good chapter. But if you look at it, it's like, okay, partial continuation of what happened with last chapter, and then having the rest of the chapter simply put set up for the last two chapters taking place, pick up right where 150 left off. Yeah, that's where this chapter is. Yeah, it takes like 3 chapters to pick up where that chapter left off. Okay. Basically, Yeah, the film with the plan, investigate the stuff. But yeah, this should be interesting. Now, since the fact we have about at least I think about 4 different teams. Yeah, basically it's Sebastian and Cecile, the women, Bard and Lau, Finny and Snake. Yeah, it's like 4 teams. So we're gonna have 4 different plot threads going throughout this particular arc. As to how long this is gonna last for, I have no idea. It depends on how long they keep this investigation going. I'm still curious though exactly when in the world the anime is gonna come back. I mean, yes, there's enough chapters been released since the anime ended. I mean, the last thing they did was basically the adaptation of the lecture line arc. That was the last thing they adapted. But if they're going to bring the series back, here's what I suggest doing. I would just adapt the one chapter they missed from Matter Red. The chapter had nothing to do with the action Matter Red arc. Adapt that first, and then the last chapter, which is the kind of like a standalone but loosely connected to Indian Butler. Adapt that next to kind of explain basically what they mentioned at the start of the Book of Circus, and then have the third episode be adaptation of the chapter that comes right after the lecture arc. I would start with those 3 first. Basically, have it sort of be like special episodes where Cecile is basically kind of take place. You can have it take place during the current arc. Basically, explain certain things like, yeah, have the thing start up with something interesting and fun. Yeah, bring in like basically you have Elizabeth's aunt, Elizabeth's mother. Now in the manga, uh, basically Lady Frances, Elizabeth are basically his actual aunt. But in the anime, there's no mention of the fact that, well, they're his cousins. I'm glad the fact the anime doesn't mention that because it's kind of, well, if you look at it from American perspective, that's kind of gross to basically date a cousin. In a way, it's very inappropriate. Just don't mention the whole thing. Refer to her as Aunt Frances, as sort of like an actual aunt. Basically, it's like a friendly term. Like if you look at, let's say, in Boruto, he refers to Sakura as Auntie Sakura, or at least Aunt Sakura, as a friendly thing. Have it where he refers to her as that, but not have her be her actual aunt. Yeah, just have these be like special epilogue episodes in a way, just special stuff that take place before the stuff that happened after the lecture liner. Adapt these first, and then do the I think it's like the prep school arc, and then the witch arc as well. Do these 2 arcs next. I mean, the arcs themselves are pretty good length. You can do you have enough material here to do at least an entire season. As for the studio ever do it, I have no idea. I would not adapt the current arc just yet per se, but I would definitely adapt those 3 chapters skipped over first, and then do the 2 arcs that came before this current arc. That's what I would do. I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a great explanation of exactly stuff moving forward for this particular arc, and probably for the whole series. I'm hoping that this whole investigation stuff takes every other chapter per se. Like you can have one chapter focus on one group, another chapter focus on another group, stuff like that. You can kind of have intersplice. You can have half a chapter focus on one group and half a chapter on another. Depends upon what the writer's going to do. Okay, so that's particularly it for this particular review. I have no other videos planned for today, but tomorrow I have roughly maybe 1 video planned for tomorrow. Excuse me, and that'll be a review of the review part 2, my review for season 27, Case Closed. Yep, but on Sunday, 3 videos. You find out what they are on Sunday. Well, basically, normally it's just One Piece, Dragon Ball Super, and Boruto. But in just a little over a few months from now, Dragon Ball Super will be gone. Around the same time that Fairy Tail will be gone. But right now, as of right now, I should point this out though. This is pretty much my anime schedule basically for going forward. Sunday, of course, is like I said, One Piece, Dragon Ball Super, and Boruto. Monday is nothing. I got no anime coming that day. For Tuesday, has been basically lowered down from at least 3 to 2. Yeah, from 3 to 2. Yeah, the only ones coming on Tuesday are Black Clover and Fairy Tail. Wednesday and Thursday, there's no anime coming those 2 days, but Wednesday is going to be a review for 7 Deadly Sins. Thursday, of course, is currently nothing. Yeah, but anime-wise, the only days basically according to anime reviews and anime is basically Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday. And that's be pretty much it for now. But after this coming week, I'm going to add Saturday to that schedule because Case Close is going to finish stuff hopefully by next Saturday. Yep. As of right now, where I'm at in the anime right now, I am exactly 46 episodes away from getting the series done. So by this time next week, I will have the whole series done, which means that Case Close will definitely be on a regular anime schedule, also reviewing the movies and the specials and the OVAs. Yep. But that's it for this particular video. So until see you on tomorrow's video, review of the next 25 episodes of Case Closed. Bye.